So J Jayalalithaa is now officially the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. She has been sworn in a grand ceremony that actually took place at the Madras University. Let's quickly cut across live now to T.S. Sudhir, who joins us from outside Madras University. Sudhir, I'm sorry we had to cut you short because of commercial commitments, but you were saying, you were trying to make a point about the future course of action as far as J Jayalalithaa is concerned. What is she likely to do?
Well, Jayalalitha's the first priority will be to kind of remove the perception that the last 7-8 months in Tamil Nadu were a case of no governance. So what we are likely to see is a slew of projects being inaugurated, being announced, especially with in view of the fact that elections are just a year away. So in that sense, governance, administration, development is going to be the top priority as far as Jayalalithaa is concerned. Along with that, given the fact that the welfare agenda is a strong cornerstone of the AIADMK ideology, what one can expect is also a slew of welfare measures. For instance, a lot of Amma canteens which sell breakfast and lunch at around 5 and 10 rupees and basically aimed at the poor. They are likely to be inaugurated in a few months' time. Apart from that, there's also a major the women have been asking for a reduction in the timings of the liquor shops. Now, liquor is a huge revenue generator for Tamil Nadu, and obviously they cannot go in for a prohibition policy like their neighbouring state Kerala. But what we are likely to see, and what we are told by our sources in AIADMK, is that there could be a reduction in the timings of the shops, the liquor shops, that they are open, so that there's not case of men being drunk most of the time, which actually affects the family economy in rural Tamil Nadu. So a host of those kind of measures are likely to be announced by Tamil Nadu, but essentially Jayalalithaa would want to convey the impression, and even from the oath-taking ceremony that you saw, it was Jayalalithaa alone and then all the ministers together in two groups. So essentially it's the case of Jaya and others, government which has taken oath in Tamil Nadu, that it is only she who really calls the shot, and she's the one who really means business in Tamil Nadu.
Absolutely, Sudhir, and the attempt of the AIADMK machinery will be to ensure that this momentum goes on till next year when assembly elections are scheduled. Expectations from Jayalalithaa, of course, are extremely high. What we can make out from those pictures, people gathering there in thousands to catch a glimpse of the AIADMK Supremo.
Right. Basically, in fact, just now the convoy of the governor has just left the Madras University Stadium auditorium as I speak. But yes, you mentioned about the fact that elections are just a year away. The fact that the DMK is going to be the main opposition force. But today's spectacle, as you and Sanket were pointing out to those pictures, is also to send a message out to the DMK and the other opposition parties, and also to New Delhi, that Jayalalithaa is back, and back with more vigor and strength, and that is the real message that is being sent out from Chennai to the rest of the country, that all those people who are actually writing her off, writing her political obituary, have actually come, it has all come to naught, and Jayalalithaa is the one who is back, and that night watchman innings of Paneerselvam has been declared, which was declared yesterday, and now Jayalalithaa has taken fresh guard and is back at the crease in Tamil Nadu.
Absolutely. In fact, Siddharth, the point that Sudhir is actually mentioning there is that a lot of people, whether they're analysts or particularly the opponents of J Jayalalithaa, were very quick in perhaps writing her political epitaph. And this is just an effort that Jayalalithaa is making to prove all those people wrong. Now, the question that I was actually asking Sudhir, I would want your view also on that particular point. In order to prove these people wrong, do you or will you perhaps see, or do you expect some amount of ruthlessness in the decision-making ability of Jayalalithaa in the next 3, 4, 6 months, just to prove these people wrong?
Look, I don't think Jayalalithaa is going to be vindictive in the sense that, you know, the foisting of, or any more vindictive than she used to be when she was, you know, before she quit as CM. Jayalalithaa is one of those people who's quite intolerant of criticism. She has filed criminal defamation cases against Karunanidhi, I believe Vijaykant also. When I was editor of Hindu, I got 2 criminal defamation cases slapped against me for simply reporting what opposition leaders had said that were uncharitable. Press conferences that opposition leaders held. The Hindu carried a report. I got a defamation suit on myself. Right. So that has been her attitude traditionally. I don't expect that to change, nor do I expect that to be aggravated, quite frankly, because Jayalalithaa is in is well placed to break what has been a very, rigid trend in Tamil politics, which is that since roughly the 90s, no government has ever managed to get re-elected, right? So if you look at the last 25 years, Jayalalithaa made way for Karunanidhi, who then made way for Jayalalithaa, who then made way for Karunanidhi. This is the first time that analysts are seriously looking at the prospect of a sitting chief minister actually getting re-elected. The fact is that her governance hasn't been bad. Welfare schemes have been popular, and she now has the additional boost of a sympathy factor because of the acquittal, and also the fact.
All right, I'm afraid we're facing some trouble on that line with Siddharth Varadarajan. We're going to try and reconnect with him. Siddharth Varadarajan making a very important point there about how the sympathy factor is likely to work in Jayalalitha's favour. Pictures on your screens
Simi,
are of...
Simi, exactly, the pictures that you're talking about, Simi, just notice. This is, of course, a feed coming in, live feed streaming in from Jaya Plus, which is a channel sympathetic towards the AIADMK. Now, notice how this camera is mounted. Of course, this is some vehicle on which the camera is mounted. This is a GoPro camera, which captures a wide-angle image of how the vehicle is moving. Now, see how slowly the motorcade is moving. It's 4 kilometers, which is being covered in a lot of time. Perhaps it's almost like a victory lap of sorts. You have a situation where there are a lot of people standing by the side. They are being given adequate time so that they can see Jayalalitha's motorcade actually going back. And the same method was followed while she was coming in. So this is deliberate. This has been planned. And perhaps with the intention of, spreading the message that I am back and I have arrived.
Absolutely, it's a show of strength. It's a media blitzkrieg, very carefully planned to showcase Jayalalithaa as the all-powerful leader of Tamil Nadu. Siddharth Varadarajan, senior journalist, is with us. Siddharth Varadarajan, as far as political alignment, so the Congress and the BJP both trying to keep Jayalalithaa happy. The Karnataka government has already said that it will take time to decide whether or not it needs to file a re-appeal in that disproportionate assets verdict that was handed out by the High Court. On the other hand, the NDA also reaching out to Jayalalithaa. Prime Minister Modi himself called Jayalalithaa after she was acquitted by the High Court. But what could throw a spanner in the works for the BJP would be Subramaniam Swamy, perhaps.
Well, yeah, I mean, Swamy, the BJP and Mr. Modi can always tell Jayalalithaa with some measure of honesty that Dr. Swamy is really, a man who acts on his own independent convictions, and if indeed the appeal is moved to the Supreme Court, this is his own personal, decision and not that of the BJP's. I don't know how Jayalalithaa would react, but obviously she would count on her association with Mr. Modi and Mr. Modi's good wishes to ensure that Dr. Swamy doesn't do that. My own money would be, I wouldn't bet any money on Swamy backing off, quite frankly. Swamy will appeal. And similarly, I don't think the Congress can afford not to appeal. The Congress is not a major player in Tamil Nadu, and I cannot think of any great alliances it can stitch together that will help it to benefit by riding on Jayalalitha's coattails. In fact, the Congress rump in Tamil Nadu is already, it's in a bad shape. The party has split. G.K. Vasan has set up the Mandala Congress largely because the central, the party Congress High Command played its cards very badly.
No, but at the centre, her support could sort of help the Congress's cause.
I'm sorry, say it again?
I said at the centre, AIADMK's support can help the Congress party.
Well, the Congress has, 40 plus MPs. It's hard to see how the party could benefit from.
No, Siddharth, I think the question that Simi is actually trying to ask, I'll rephrase it a little and perhaps get your view in here.
Yeah.
As far as Rajya Sabha is concerned, we know that there is a bit of a problem that the Narendra Modi government is actually facing. Now, which side will Jayalalithaa actually go? Will she, in a way, not directly, but in a way, support, the Congress's positions as far as those key legislations are concerned? Or is Jayalalithaa going to side with the BJP, which they actually expect in the Rajya Sabha? That's really where the challenge is. So in that sense, where exactly is she likely to go?
You see, to my mind, Jayalalithaa will not play her hand fully. We know that on GST, for example, the government of Tamil Nadu under her has had reservations, and I think she will stick to her guns and extract concessions from the BJP on the GST issue. But on the land bill, on other things, I'm fairly certain that she'll be willing to play ball, quite frankly. If she gets re-elected, and I think right now the burden of expectations favors her, I would say that the BJP has a much greater incentive to woo her and to win her over to its side than the Congress does. I think the Congress has more to lose in Tamil Nadu and nationally by failing to appeal. Especially when all details have come out about the arithmetical errors and all the other problems with the High Court judgment. Now that all of this is in public domain, I think it'll be hugely embarrassing for the Congress High Command and for Siddaramaiah to back off and not take this matter to the Supreme Court, quite frankly. But for Mr. Modi, I can see very obvious and immediate payoffs by associating closely with and backing Jayalalithaa, which is why he rushed to congratulate her, quite frankly.
Absolutely, he rushed to congratulate her. There were images also before as well as after 2014 where we have seen that there is a degree of political understanding that the Bharatiya Janata Party and AIADMK in general and J Jayalalithaa and Narendra Modi in particular share. Let's get in a word from T.S. Sudhir. Right. Sudhir, that sort of equation is something that both these leaders may choose to exploit, over the next few months.
Absolutely. In fact, that's definitely going to be on the cards in the next 12 months. But it's not just the Tamil Nadu election that someone like Narendra Modi would be looking at, because Tamil Nadu is not really a state where the BJP has very high stakes. But he would definitely look at the AIADMK numbers in the Rajya Sabha, the 11 MPs that Jayalalithaa brings to the Rajya Sabha. That's going to be extremely critical for Narendra Modi and the bills that he wants to pass in the Rajya Sabha and in Parliament. As far as Jayalalithaa is concerned, she does realize that she needs a dependable friend in Delhi, not as an electoral or a political ally, but as someone with who she can actually get more funds for development projects in Tamil Nadu. That's going to be very critical as she goes into election mode, because she would also want to tell the people of Tamil Nadu that she has someone at the center from who she can get money for different projects. The Muslim vote, yes, would be a factor, and that would actually weigh a bit as far as Jayalalitha's political calculations are concerned. But given the fact that she's riding on a high, it is something which she will have to kind of weigh as to which way the Muslim vote could go in case if she goes in for a formal alliance with the BJP. The state BJP, I must tell you, Sanket, doesn't really count for much. They have been making a lot of noises against Jayalalithaa, especially in the last 8 months. They in fact tried to convert the by-election after she had resigned from her constituency into a major prestige contest, but they did not do well at all. So in that sense, the BJP is not a political force to reckon with, and both Amit Shah and Narendra Modi are very well aware of that.